morning, everybody. Welcome to a warm day in the canyons, anonymous canyon. I don't want to blow up anybody's spot. People are yelling at me on the internet. Anyway, who am I? I'm Zach Clapman from The Smoking Tire, co-host of The Smoking Tire podcast. If you don't listen to it, check it out. You will like it. And today we are with Matt from Makello's Restorations, correct? This is me shaking your hand slowly. Matt, you have brought a really super clean, like I said, the door hinges on this car are cleaner than my teeth. Is it 73.5 Targa, correct?
Yeah, 73.5 Targa. We did a full restoration on it. It's the original color. Everything was basically done to original specs on it. Full nut and bolt restoration, bare metal, respray. Everything's either been refinished or replaced. So.
Wow, everything looks brand new. Fit and finish is perfect. The car started faster than most modern cars. It was pretty impressive. Door closed, everything's perfect, aligned really well. Looks really, really good. And I'm very excited because this is the oldest 911 I've driven by about 50 years. I think the oldest one before this was a 997.1 turbo, which is not that old. But that's just started out with press cars. So I'm really excited to see where the whole the legacy began.
It'll be quite different, but it's fun.
It will be quite different indeed. We'll go windows up, sadly. I know it'll be very warm.
Cool.
We could probably leave the top little inches cracked. That'll be okay if that helps us at all.
Yeah, that's pretty. We're not going to go too fast there.
Nope.
It doesn't go too fast to start off with, so that's good.
It doesn't go that fast even if you know it, I'm sure.
You just got to enjoy it the way it is.
That is what these cars and old cars, I think, are about. I mean, I kind of got wrapped up in this, to be honest. Like, I became the hipster kid, which I'm not. But when everyone started loving Porsches so much and charging $1 million for them, I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't like them. Now I don't like them, even though I know that their engineering is amazing, performance is amazing on the new ones. But what struck me was when the old ones were getting the same money as cars that have 3-4 times the horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, these cars, back in the day, yeah, they were built, people wanted to get them because they were fast, but now, I mean, that's not really the thing. People buy them because it's the classic version of the new Porsche. They can go and just cruise with them down the 101 or whatever, because it's, they're not buying them to go crazy fast,
But I've changed my mind. We're going to have to go windows up because the wind is louder than I expected. It's going to be a little sweaty, folks. Okay, so off the bat, even just, starting it right away, and then the shift action is there's like a density to it almost. Like the throws are not very long. It feels really tight, very mechanical.
Which is uncommon. When these are not rebuilt like this, they're usually pretty loose. But this one was just rebuilt. Same thing with the engine and basically everything on it. So yeah.
Not sure how this will sound in the car in the tunnel, but
we'll find out.
Indeed. All right, so we can keep having a conversation. It's different than the 04 Cobra that I drove in that tunnel like a month ago, or 6 months ago, depending on when you're watching this. Wow, it feels really, really tight. Like, there's no wallowing in the suspension. It doesn't even lean that much. I'm really surprised.
No, it's a very tight car. I mean, everything's new. The guy who put it together, he's a factory-trained Porsche technician, so he knew these cars right when they first came out of the factory. So he was making sure to do everything kind of just how they did it in the day. And the upgrades that these cars needed back then, we did. So, I mean, it's not, as it came out of the factory, it'd be a little better than it came out of the factory.
Right. Okay, so the engine, let's talk some specs. So like 2,400 pounds, roughly.
Yeah, about
2.4 liter, and we're guesstimating 140 to 150 horsepower.
I think it's around 135, 140.
Okay. It's got early electronic fuel injection, basically. They call it
call it CIS.
CIS, continuous injection system. I was gonna say continuous injection
Little
system.
different, yeah.
Because
Germans
I forgot
like to
already.
be different.
Of course. They probably wanted to patent that the same as, anyone wanted to patent the EFI or what was Chevy's called? Like they had the tri-power carbs before, and then after that they had the fuel injection in the Chevys. So, speaking of copyright, Targa is a copywritten term by Porsche, even though the idea of it was invented by a Fiat designer in the 50s. And then they started becoming more popular because people were worried that the Department of Transportation in America was going to make convertibles illegal because they were worried about rollover deaths and whatnot.
Yeah.
So Porsche's like, all right, well, we'll make a Targa. So they made one. And then they patented that name, or I guess copywrote that name, based on the Targa Florio, the race.
I didn't even know about that.
So that's why, other cars had T-tops, like Pontiacs, Corvettes, they had T-tops. It's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, I was wondering why certain, like I saw Ferraris that are basically Targas, but they don't call
Right.
Targas. So that makes sense.
That's because, Porsche was like,
Something I should probably know, but
No, that's fine. Yeah, but you know how to fix and rebuild the whole car, man. Like, I know that stupid little fact.
I actually
Turn around
don't work
here.
on the cars at all. We've got technicians that do that. I kind of do a lot of the research on the cars, and but my technicians know most of that stuff too.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I wish I knew how to work on cars. I don't have the patience to do it, to be honest with you.
It's the most rewarding thing I've done when it works, and if it doesn't work, it's the most frustrating thing. I'm a little more mature than I'm gonna throw this wrench at the wall, but it wasn't that long ago, to be honest. Wow, the clutch take up is really early.
Yeah, there's little things I'll do on these, but I mean, when it gets to the engines, transmissions, all the mechanical side, I just let them do it because they obviously been doing it for a lot longer. They're classic. I love these cars.
So why do you love Porsche so much? Why do you work, with them?
So when I was growing up, my dad had this. He's always had this 1973 911E. It's a black 911E Targa. So the Targa's recipient. I like all Porsches, but I just have some. People always ask me why do you have so many Targas, or why do you have shops have so many Targas? I just have a soft spot for them because that's what I grew up with. And my dad, his E has only like 18,000 original miles on it.
Okay. Wow.
Mint. And so yeah, I mean that's kind of what I grew up with, and then me and him, it was kind of our connection that we had, and him and I started the company together. And I got back from college and started. He had basically a collection at that point, and he asked me to start selling them. He's like, they have too many problems, and that kind of evolved into what we have now.
There's too many Porsches.
Yep.
Because you guys have another one up here, which we're going to drive in a different episode, and that's a 79 turbo with some goodies on the engine, and actually some nice wheels and stuff too. It sounded and looked like a different animal on the drive-bys.
It is.
I will tell you what.
It's a fun car.
Well, this is interesting. So the steering when you're just cruising this car is very light. It's not like it's disconnected, it's just light. And then once you load the car up in a turn, it gets some weight to it really quickly. And you definitely can feel what is happening with the front wheels. Very communicative. I know that was a focus of theirs when they first built these cars. That was like one of the directives was the driver needs to feel what is happening with the steering wheel. And it's not... So I had a 65 Pontiac that didn't have power steering, and it had a smaller steering wheel, so it was really heavy to turn. But it didn't mean I could tell what the wheels were doing. I think there's a misconception, especially with electronic steering right now, of weight equals feel. They're trying to simulate feedback with weight.
Yeah.
And you can easily mistake any old car for having a lot of feedback, but...
Well, this thing, I mean, like you said, we gauge speed while the engine in the back, so it's kind of pushing the back down, and you get the lighter steering wheel in front.
You do, yeah. Every little bump it does, it turns a little bit more.
Yep.
You can feel it squat, even though there's not a lot of power, like throwing it back. So I found a funny note was, in 72, they moved the oil tank from behind the rear axle to in front of it.
Yes.
And to help with weight balance. Makes tons of sense, right? And then they put that oil filler cap on the back right quarter panel. And the legend I read was too many people were putting gasoline in the oil filler cap, so they got rid of the cap and then they moved the tank back behind the axle.
We've actually had a car that came into the shop and it had happened previously before. It wasn't a matching engine car, and we were talking to him. He's like, "Well, yeah, so I'll put fuel in the oil.
Ooh,
in the oil tank."
that's not good for it.
And so it definitely was a thing.
It's so funny that for a year they went, you know what? There's too much weight in the back. How do we fix this? Great solution. But because of just having that access port that they shouldn't have had, maybe they could have done something different. Enough people got it backwards. They said, you know what? Let's just put the weight in the back. That's less of a headache.
Well, and the cool thing about that, like, let's go back to these cars, like this color, chartreuse. Back in the day, people hated it. This car was painted red when we first got it.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the 72 tank. People hated the fact that they were putting down, they mistaked that for the gas tank. But that's actually a more desirable car because of that.
I'm sure, because anything that's rare, it's the old numbers matching CUDA with a pink glove box, but it's plum crazy purple exterior.
Yeah.
It was built on a certain Wednesday. It's just rare.
Back then it was just random. Now it's rare.
Exactly. Another thing I thought was pretty funny about these is the front track is an inch wider than the back track. And obviously we know by looking at the 79 you brought and every Porsche after, basically, they went, oh, maybe we should make the rear track wider because that's where the weight is.
Yep.
It was just a weird leverage point. I thought it's like when they first came out with sailboats, and instead of putting the keel, they put like a cannonball on the top of the mast, and they're like, this ought to stop it from tipping over. I'm like, I don't understand why it keeps falling over, because like
they were just trying things.
They were just trying stuff, so they made the smaller track in the back where all the leverage is, and then the front has all the front grip.
Eventually we got to the cars that we have today.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, these are awesome cars. I love them. I love all cars, but Porsches in particular. I mean, it goes back to obviously the story of shit before again. But the more I drive them, I can't get in the car without calling it my favorite car. Because everyone goes, "Hey, what's your favorite car?" Well, it's probably the car that I drove that day, just because there's something quirky about it. There's something different about it. There's something I enjoy. And that's just old cars in general. But Porsches, I just can't get enough.
I think there's definitely a precision to them. That's kind of what they were known for. And whenever I've driven a newer Porsche, I'm like, everything is really good. It's almost irritating. It's like, yeah, the layout's good.
You can't
the
mess up,
ergonomics
yeah.
are great. Everything feels precise. The handling's very good. And this, I can absolutely feel now where that came from.
Oh yeah.
It's even with a car, because the other cars I've driven from this era are, my dad's 72 P1800 Volvo. Okay, thing just feels like it's made of concrete, perched on like some kind of sloppy springs, and once they hit bump stops, you go, oh, it's handling pretty good. No, but there's a lack of precision in that car.
Well, and a lot of people get in these cars, and like this is a 73. They'll get it and they're like, this is a 70s car. They don't because they're used to the 70s car being something like that.
Right.
So I mean, the Germans, they really just were very good at building
They were
cars.
really good at it.
And they're so picky. I mean.
Yes.
And like where American cars, some other cars, they're awesome cars. I love those too. But sometimes there's just like, let's just slap it together and get on to the next one. Where Germans are like, no, it's not good enough. So,
I can understand how this was a car for someone who was maybe more into engineering, or just like the 60s were all horsepower in America. It was just bigger engines, straight lines showing off, and this was a different instrument. Those were electric guitar, and this was like, I can play the violin.
Yeah.
And and maybe someone's like, I don't want to play the violin. It's like, yeah, that's fine. It's not for you, but this is like a whole different kind of music that you can play. It's really, the brake pedal feels really good. It doesn't have.
When these cars are right, you will definitely feel the tightness about it. It'll just feel right,
It's got what, two piston discs, front and rear, I think. So it's like it's disc brakes.
These are single piston, I think. Yeah, they are single piston. Oh no, two piston, right? Because it's each side.
It just feels real tight. The shifter is amazing. It feels like a really good Hurst shifter if it had like another 2 layers of rubber bushings around it, like holding it in place. You have to really select your gear. That sounds dumb. I know people are laughing, but you have to like
Yeah.
be determined, and it's not going to just slot in with like a light flick of the wrist. It's really
It's
really
funny 'cause
good.
when they're rebuilt, they feel like this. But I mean, you feel this car after putting about 10 to 15,000 miles on it, it'll be completely different.
Yeah, that's I guess that's kind of a shame because it's just such a nice like.
Yeah.
It feels like really well machined, really tight tolerances. This was very cool because I can definitely now. I feel like I have learned where the new Porsches came from and why they have like that ethos they do. And yeah.
Well, this was the last of the long hoods, which is the 64 through 73 cars. And so it is kind of the original body style of the 911, which is cool. It's the start of a huge generation.
Totally.
So yeah, I mean, it's a cool experience to have to be able to drive one of these.
Yeah, see where things start. Definitely not fast. It's definitely not fast. No. But it's quick enough and it carries speed like on the, we were doing, I don't know, the above the speed limit a little bit maybe, allegedly, but kind of flow of traffic, no problem. Had no problem getting out of its own way, and it felt like it wanted to rev. Yeah, it's not about horsepower. Yeah. This is cool. Yeah. This is cool. Thank you for bringing it up and cooking in this greenhouse with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody, I appreciate you for watching. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, The Smoking Tire, or at Zach Clapman, and check out our podcast too. And we're doing one takes 2 a week now. So stay tuned in. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.